We are on Manasota Key today, and let me show you some absolute devastation, but we do have a topic of conversation. This topic is about the 50-50 FEMA rule because there's a lot of confusion about it, and I did a bunch of research to see exactly where the confusion lies, and there are a few gray areas, but I'm going to be showing you first a couple homes that aren't looking too good. Now, these are beachfront homes here on Manasota Key, I should say. And even just right now, I just have to step over a power line that is in the ground. And look at this home. Holy crap. I am 99.9% sure that this dwelling right here does not qualify under the 50-50 FEMA rule to rebuild. The bricks are down. There's sand all around everywhere. Obviously, there was a lot of sand that came up here and a lot of sand that disappeared from that area over there. So the FEMA 50-50 rule is actually about the damage that you incurred, on your home. And are you allowed to just repair it? That's really the bottom line. Are you allowed to repair it? Or do you have to bring it up to the latest and greatest codes, the building codes? Now, mind you, the building codes get updated all the time. Holy cow. Look at this. Now, this home is beachfront. Beautiful beach here. But they even had shutters, and those shutters got pushed in. So back to our topic here. I'm just going to kind of show you this, what's going on here as I talk about it. But the FEMA 50-50 rule is you might find yourself with a letter from FEMA saying that you have suffered significant damage. And if you're in that scenario, then that means that they have deemed you to be somebody that needs to get some documentation and paperwork and appraisals, possibly appraisals, to show them whether or not the damage that you incurred was more than 50% of the value of the home. But this is where it's totally misunderstood because it's a complete scam, if you ask me. Here's the deal. Now, if you have a home and let's just say this home, okay, this is a great example. This home being on the beach right here, on Manasota Key, probably worth somewhere, well, prior to the hurricane, probably worth somewhere right around $3 million because it's actually a large plot of land. There's a lot of land back there. So let's just say it's $4 million because that's probably closer to the price due to the size of the lot. Well, this home itself, the dwelling, it's not actually worth anywhere close. The value is not anywhere close to $4 million. It's the land. This home, the actual dwelling, is probably worth somewhere right around, I don't know, let's just say $400,000. So the FEMA rule, what it says is that if the cost of repair is more than 50% of the dwelling, not of the land. So these beachfront homes that got absolutely ruined, and we're about to walk up on a few more that are just like mind-boggling. This is very, very sad. I feel for these people, and I wanted to be these people. I no longer know if I want this. But if right now these people, let's just say, for example, this home, let's just say it's worth $400,000, and they definitely have more than 50% of the dwelling value, which would be $200,000 worth of repairs. They definitely have way more than that, okay? Well, the question is, can you rebuild? Well, you can't repair. This home can't repair. This home's value might be $500,000 plus the land. They can't repair this for $250,000. Zero chance. Zero. I mean, look at this. This whole thing is just floating. There's nothing holding this up. This is an absolute, collapse risk here. So what can you do? Well, you have to stay within the 50% rule. That means 50% of the building value, or you bring it up to code. It's that simple. If you can't bring it up to code, like for example, this home, obviously it's an old home, right? It's a concrete block at the bottom. It's wood frame for the actual dwelling itself. And you can't repair this for 50% of the building value. There's no way. So therefore, you have to spend more money. Sure, they'll let you do that, but you need to bring it up to code. You can't bring this home up to code. You have to literally raise it, because it only affects the homes that are below the base flood elevation, okay? And that means in a flood zone. Can you raise this home? I mean, probably not this one in this current condition. I don't know anything about raising homes, but just using common sense, I don't think you can. There's a bathroom right there. So what can you do? Well, you can tear down. You can sell the lot. You can sell it to a developer. But here's what's interesting about the FEMA 50% rule. Let's add a little bit more data, because the 50% rule says that, according to FEMA, every single occurrence, like a hurricane, qualifies. So if you have 3 hurricanes back to back, week after week after week, then you have actually, like 50% times 3. You have a lot of money available to repair. What happened here? What happened here? This home appears to be concrete block, or used to be concrete block. I mean, this is nuts. This area here is what, 50 feet? And then look, they had it raised. This is up to my waist. This is like what, 4 feet, 3 feet. They had this raised. And then what's even crazier is that this is an old home. There's terrazzo there. Well, everything washed out. Oh, man. They even had steel beams here, and a steel beam to hold this whole place up nice and well. But it didn't. This is absolutely crazy. Oh man. Oh, well, at least this is beautiful. This view is fantastic. And this area still has so much trash on the side of the road. Oh my gosh, I haven't been here yet. Oh my gosh. I mean, all of these homes, that home is just down. All of these homes down for the count. Man, look. Impact windows right there. Impact window right there. Underneath the house. Wow, this is crazy. But let's get back to our topic. So here's the other thing about the FEMA 50% rule, is that when you have the damage, and let's just say you have 2 hurricanes, because we had Hurricane Helene. Well, first of all, we had Hurricane Ian, and this area did get a lot of damage during Hurricane Ian. Well, it looks like a lot of people were able to salvage and repair. Okay, so great. They're back in operation, right? Well, then now we had Hurricane Helene, which flooded, and this is most likely all from Hurricane Helene, possibly from Hurricane Milton. I'm not sure. I wasn't here between those 2 hurricanes. That was a 10-day span, literally. What they have is they have the 50% plus the 50%. So if this dwelling right here, right behind me, beside me, is valued at, let's just say, $500,000 plus the land, well, then they have $500,000 to repair, and you might be able to build this back for $500,000. I'm not really sure. I know contractors, they pull a fast one. But here's the problem. Is it based on fair market value? And the answer is no, of course not. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? It's not based on fair market value. What they do is they go to the property appraiser's website, and then they look at the improvements, they look at the land value and then the improvements value. And let me tell you one thing, if you're going to buy a home in Florida and you're going to look at the property appraiser's tax records to see how much is this home worth, and when I mean worth, I mean how much is it assessed at for taxable purposes? That's what that really means. Well, it's going to be a lot less, 30–40% less than actual fair market value. So how much it would, demand on the open market. So then you're dealing with only having 50% of this unbelievably lower number, okay? And you have to fight that. And you do have something you can do. You can fight by having an independent FEMA appraisal done. And if you have that, well, then maybe the value will go up. Most likely it will go up. But it's not over, guys, because even if you raise that, let's just say I was talking about this home being $400,000, and you raise it to being worth $500,000, so now you have $250,000 of allowable repairs. Well, certain counties don't actually allow the 50% rule per event. For example, Collier County, which is Naples, they have, I believe they have a rule where you have a 5-year, running sum of the 50% rule. So sure, you got it appraised for $500,000, but all of the events added together cannot be over 50% within that 5-year period. Now, every single municipality is different. Every single county is a little bit different, okay? So at the end of the day, you have to check where is your property or where you're thinking about buying a property before you know what exactly is going to happen. Now, we're about to go back on the street out here. I'm just going to show you some of the street debris that's still out and about. Crazy, hasn't been picked up yet. Obviously, there's been a lot of picking up going on. I've shown you footage earlier here, that basically they're working. It's early in the morning Monday, they're working, they're getting this done. But remember this is very, very important. I have gotten a few calls from some clients I'm working with, and they say, oh my gosh, what about this FEMA 50% rule? If my place that I'm looking at buying floods, will this affect me? And the answer is probably not, because we're talking about the properties below the base flood elevation, which basically means that if you buy in our area an X flood zone or so, you're good, because that they will allow you to repair that. That doesn't comply with the FEMA 50% rule, okay? And all they want you to do is bring it up to today's code, which that code changes all the time. Every couple of years we have new codes. So, what are you going to do if you don't have the money? What are you going to do? Well, the reality is that a lot of people who are here on the barrier islands and they have this significant damage going on, well, they have the money. They have the money to make these repairs, right? They don't have a mortgage, because you have to keep paying your mortgage if you do have a mortgage. Okay, so I would say be wary of all the flood zones that are below base flood elevation. Take a look at this here. Just wanted to show you a little bit. Just walking down the street, and there is still a tremendous amount of trash. Now, hurricane hit, I believe it was October 8th, right? Today we are November 4th. It's been almost a full month. And as you can tell, there's just still a lot of unpicked up trash. And, it's not just these two properties. If you go down, and I'm kind of by the southern end, I believe, of the island, but this just keeps going and going. And on the north end of the island, a lot of the stuff's been picked up. And I did a little bit of drone footage to kind of show you how things are getting done. I mean, this lot is full of trash. This lot is full. I mean, there's an address here. I don't think this address is for a house that was back there or anything like that, but maybe, because I see couches back there. Just a little confused. But I do see this home here, and I do see, you know, that this one doesn't appear to be completely knocked out like some of the other ones. Now, I know I missed something talking about the FEMA 50% rule. I know I did. What did I miss, guys? What did I miss? I did a lot of research on this, and I wanted to see what the rules are to help guide my clients, because I am a real estate agent. My name is Maciek Zaremba. I'm a real estate agent in Sarasota, Florida, and this area here too, you know, Inglewood and so on. So, well, I'm not going to go over there, but it looks like the FPL meter is out, so it's been pulled by FPL, the electric meter. So, anyway, if you have questions, you know, let me know. But what am I missing in this video? I really want to see, is there something that I forgot to talk about that is extremely important about the FEMA 50% rule? And quite frankly, I have a feeling I'm missing something really important in it. Let's see how all of this gets repaired. I know it will all get done within, you know, a semi-reasonable time frame. The pickup here and all that probably going to be done by the trash pickup, probably going to be done by January or February. The repairs on the homes, probably not. They're probably going to get sold for lot value, torn down, and this whole neighborhood is going to get a lot more expensive. This is very typical of big disaster areas, is especially with so much red tape. Because that's really what I'm talking about in this video. There's a lot of red tape from the counties, from the federal government, and now everything is going to be more expensive because they're going to be brand new buildings, not these buildings from the 40s, 50s, and 60s that I just showed you, because those buildings cost a lot less to build back in the day, and therefore the sellable, you know, the price when you sell it is going to be a lot lower than a brand new 2024 or 2025 construction home. Plus, they don't build them that small anymore. They build them huge. A beachfront home here on Manasota Key is going to be at least 3,500 square feet plus garages. I mean, there's at least, it might have 2 buildings on it, meaning like a little mother-in-law suite and a regular home. You know, I've wanted to live on the beach for a long, long time, and I've always had a plan of one day selling my rentals and buying something cash. But I got second thoughts.